What's up, guys? So I've had a lot of questions on how to set up ISBoxer, so I thought I would just make a video. I'm by no means an expert, but I will save you a bunch of time, and I'll show off how I run my 6-box crew at the end. So what you're going to want to do is come to Wizards, Quick Setup Wizard, and pick EverQuest. And then here, if this from EverQuest part does not auto-populate, you'll want to open up Interspace, and you'll have to set up an account with Interspace and ISBoxer. You can download them both together. That's the easy way. But yeah, and then once you get that all set up, you'll want to come in, open Interspace and ISBoxer, and if your characters don't auto-populate, you go Add Game, and you find the EverQuest executable, which is this file right here, eqgame.exe. Hit open and then name it and hit OK. But yeah, so mine auto-populated for me the first time I opened it, so I was good to go. It doesn't happen for everybody though. But yeah, so I have some test tunes all set up. The only thing you want to do here, you can enter all this stuff manually, but it's easier if they're auto-discovered. The only thing you want to change here before you hit add character to team is you want to make sure the account name is accurate, and that'll fill that in for you in the launcher. It just makes it a lot easier to log in for you. So I 6-box, but I'm only gonna do 3 for this demo, and then at the end I'll just end the video with a lesson burn on my 6-box crew. Maybe talk a little bit about how I have everything set up. I'm just gonna show like the basic information you need to get everything working. So here, this is your display setting. So you can pick any window layout you want. I like just seeing one window, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then here's just your CPU strategy. You'll probably want to turn up the background FPS if you can. Just makes auto follow work a little bit. Here is your CPU strategy, and this is what I do just because I have a ton of cores. Back when I had a 6-core CPU, I would target one window per CPU, and that worked out well. So then you go next. I leave this on MMO standard. I turn this basic broadcasting stuff off because it's annoying. Toggle broadcasting mode. I have changed this. You'll probably want to too. I set it to numpad plus. You want this to be something easy. Turns on the broadcasting of keystrokes and mouse clicks, which is really nice. Like if you have 6 tunes that need to hail an NPC or say something to zone in, you just have them assist you, turn this on, and type it out. And the other really, really, really important thing here is this follow/assist mode. And what you're going to want to do is this. So basically this is saying it's going to hit a certain key based on which screen you're on currently. And you can change the follow me and assist me key bindings if you want. I leave them default, Alt F and Alt A. And then hit finish. And the next thing I always like to do is, so you come into your character set, and this window changes this bottom window, and you always know which one I'm on based on what's outlined up here. So yeah, first thing I like to do is they give you some janky binds to switch to the character. So if I'm going to change those to what they are on my setup currently. And this is just the button to switch to that window. If you need to do something specific on just that window, instead of tabbing through a bunch, you just get to hit this one button and go straight to that window, which is like one of the best features of ISBoxer. So those are all set. Anytime you make changes, you want to hit File Save and export to Interspace. Interspace is the thing you need a subscription to. It's what actually runs the program for you. So you export your settings to Interspace, and then you come to these character sets, and this will spin up your tunes for you. So while that's doing that, you can. So the one of the hardest things to figure out is getting the follow me and assist me things to work. You can see the keybinds for them right here, and they're gonna do this in the party, which is somewhere in here. Assist me, assist me right here, and there's a follow me that's similar, but not super important for us. What is important is this variable keystroke. So this is what's actually going to be sent to the game when you hit Alt F or Alt A, and that is these keybinds right here, the assist slot 1 and follow slot. So that's something you're going to have to set in EQ, and these should be done spinning up, which they are. So I'm going to turn broadcasting on, hit I agree, click through all this stuff. And yeah, I'm going to log in all the tunes at once, which is nice. I always turn off broadcasting after I do it, make sure they're all doing what they should be doing, and they're logging in. I just have to make sure the right character's selected on all of them. I just have some new characters I set up from scratch. Copied my other layouts. Looks like they're all ISB tunes, so I'm good to go. Broadcasting on, hit enter. Turn broadcasting off, and so the broadcasting is per screen, so if I leave it on this screen, I will not be broadcasting on the other screens, but I always just turn it off because it's annoying if you forget to turn it off and your tunes are doing a bunch of stuff they shouldn't be. So, all right, now that we have all this set up, let me check and make sure this works. Yes, it does. Great. All right, so EQ side for follow me and assist me, I've got this hotbar right here, and that's hotbar 11, and you can see I have all of this stuff set to these keys. So assist is right here, and it does this on all of the windows. So if I hit Alt F here on my wizard, they all follow the wizard. If I hit, I don't know who this guy is, but I hit Alt A, and they're targeting Brambled, as they should be. So yeah, if I'm on my Druid and I hit Alt F, they both turn and follow me. If I'm on my SK, again, one button to switch screens because I set that to my numpad, and they follow me. So yeah, this is super slick. Saves you a lot of time. It's just normal EQ macros / follow macros. Like this one for follow SK, because I'm on my SK, it does nothing. But yeah, so that's just EQ, something you're doing EQ side. So we've got the follow me and assist me done. The next thing that I like is, so all of these buttons on my normal setup go to every screen. So no matter what character I'm on, I can click a little green box right here, and my Druid will heal. I can tell my characters to sit, to med. I can hit my burns, pop my lesson at the same time. Just whatever, any commands you want to be able to run from any screen and to any screen on a click. This is where you do that. So in here to set those up is under hotbars, which might be, oh, here it is, click bars. Okay, so yeah, I've created bar 1, bar 2, and bar 3. I'm not gonna run through how to create this because it's super time consuming, but you just hit right click, hit new bar, and then what you have to do is you come in here to the buttons, and this will be janky at first. You need to set it to 1x12 for a hotbar, and then so that means there's going to be 12 buttons. I mean, you can make it any dimension you want, but and then you want your width and height, that's the size of the box, to match roughly your EverQuest buttons. And then the other thing I like to do, so now you get into actually setting up what the click bars are going to do. So you have to come through here with each button. I like to set the color to clear, and that's just a bunch of zeros for the hex. And so you have to set each button. I set the color, and you have to set what these things are going to do. So by default, when you create a new bar, you'll get you'll get a left click and a right click. I just delete the right click one right here. And where you actually assign what it does is right here. So here, let's see if I can just give an example. So yeah, you'll come in, set this to 1x12. I'm not going to mess with the size right now. Everything will update once you move anywhere. So like I could set it like this, and yeah, so there it's updated. But yeah, so color, set it to clear, and click on it. Here's my left click, and this is the default binding. It does nothing. So what you need to do, you want this to be window current, because the actual button that this presses is going to send it to every screen for you. And you'll pick a key map, which I'll just do hotbar 1, and you'll have a map key. So this is saying here are my key maps. So I have hotbar 1. It's going to do the first button. It's going to do this button I named 1 in hotbar 1, which is Control-Shift-1 to all screens. And so for the map keys, to create these, you'll just right-click key maps, hit new key map, and it'll pop this out for you. And then when you come in here, what I do is this map key wizard. And to create a new map key, straight key broadcast, and then you press in the key combination, whatever you want it to be, and then you select the target right here. And I do all with current because that's where I want it to go, and the rest of this stuff is fine. What is that? Oh, okay, it doesn't like that. It's got a duplicate, so we'll just name this 15 since I'm going to delete it anyways. So, all right, so that created the thing, and you can edit the key combination right here. And yeah, so you can edit the key combination, the target. You just press here, and you can enter in whatever you want. Control-Shift-5, whatever. So after you have made your first one, you can just make a copy, and then all you have to do is change one button in here. It's a lot faster than using the key map wizard after you make that first one. So then, yeah, you'll make 12 copies, one for each button, and you'll come through here. So here's a good keybind that works with EverQuest. Not all key combinations that EverQuest will let you enter are good. Any of the ones involving Alt, I have found, end up sucking, because like Alt 8 or something like that, any combination with Alt 8 in it will open up an inspect window, so that button becomes useless. So I just do Control-Shift-1 through equals for hotbar 1. For hotbar 2, I do Control-1 through equals. For hotbar 3, I do Control-Shift-num1. And those all work. And what you want to do is set these buttons EverQuest side. So hotbar 6, page 1. And I'm going to make that my hotbar 1, so Control-Shift-1. And you need to do that on every screen you want that to land on. I'm going to turn broadcasting on and break my tunes off auto follow. So on this window, that is hotbar 7. Button 1, Control-Shift-1. And this is definitely the very tedious part of setting this up. It's the time-consuming part. I mean, figuring out how it works is time-consuming, but This is really, even once you know how to set up ISBoxer, this part's still gonna take you an hour at least. So yeah, now that these are all on Control Shift 1, so we made that. Once you've made all these hotbar key maps for to tie to the hotbars, and you've made your bar, and you have set it to. You've set each button to the key map you want and the map key from the key map. Now these click bars should work. And to turn them on, you hit Control Shift Alt G, and we need to go to click bars, show all. And the only one I'm going to worry about is bar 1 for now. I mean, it's the same process to set all of them up, but this is usually how I run it. Just because if you put them on top of the hotbars, you can't edit the hotbars without triggering the ISBoxer keystroke. So sync. I'm gonna click all these syncs, save, and Control Shift Alt G. And I'm pretty sure I have to do this on every single character, which isn't cool. You would think that sync button would do that for you, but it does not. So come in here, save, Control Shift Alt G. All right. Looks like it actually did save that position for me, so that was good. All right, so now they should all put their lessons up when I click this button, because that's all tied together. And they did not, so that is because we did not turn them on. So you're going to come to your character set, and this is the test character set, and you're going to come to the key maps, and you're going to turn on your hotbar key maps. And file save, export all to interspace, and now they should put up their lessons. There's 1 lesson, 2 lesson, 3 lesson. Great. So that works. And you have to do that for every hotbar, every button, and that's all set up. All right. So now the last thing that I'm going to do is set up some multibinds. So my druid, hopefully these are already set up. They're not set up how I want them to be. So druid is just gonna, let's just have him do that. All right, wizard. All right, that looks good. I used 2 keybinds for my wizard, for the one I actually play, just so I can play as Gift of Mana procs. You don't necessarily need to with all classes, but for SK in this era right now, or for Wizard in this era right now, you do want to do that just because they do a lot more damage, a lot more efficient that way. For the SK, looks like he does not have any spells, so that doesn't really matter. But my real one would have that. The other thing you want macroed to that button, your mash button, that casts your spells, is you want a single mash button here. You want a single macroed to that, and then on a melee tune you can directly macro. It needs to not be a social like this. It needs to be something where you make hotkey out of the combat skill window and drag it here. So my real SK, I mean my live SK has some stuff in here that's not viable for this SK, but withstand is. So I have withstand macroed for my SK and this mash button. So they all go off as I'm casting spells. And the same deal on the wizard. The wizard's mash will have the assist and attack on, my AA nuke. But yeah, anything you like, all of my tunes other than the SK have this assist main here, just so that that mash button that goes to all screens will assist and nuke. So yeah, that's pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. All right, so I'm not using my normal broadcast keys. These are the ones I made for my crew. I'll set so because this is toggled in key maps. These are the ones that are on the highlighted ones. So we need to make the custom hotkeys actually do something. So I deleted the other one, but yeah, it's pretty simple. Just new map key, straight key broadcast next. Target all with current, and this is going to be num delete. It's a good one because if num lock is on, it won't type, which is nice. That's going to all screens, and then I'm going to do another map key for the druid because we don't want him healing all of the time. At least in this era, they don't really have infinite mana yet. So we'll just target the druid with his heal mash, which is that. I'm going to make sure his keybinds are set up right. Okay, yeah. So basically, that mash is going to go to the druid, numpad slash. And so what I also like to do on my healers is under target here, what I will do is I will also set group mark NPC 1 to, I don't know why my wizard is doing anything on that key. Probably just some janky from copying. Huh. Okay, it's something to do with this druid. Let's see what his numpad slash is set to. Huh, very strange. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So that's actually marking. I want target xtar1. There we go. Okay. So yeah, when you target xtar1, the advantage of that, and because this is, I'm not sure if this is going to work, but so you set this to group mark target 1, and your group mark target 1, since you're targeting xtar1, now what I can do is he's got that xtar1 macroed to the same key I'm going to be pressing to make him heal. So now what I can do is I can control who he heals from my SK. So whoever I mark, that's where the single target heals are going to, which is nice. I mean, you could have target macros or whatever you want to change that, to change how this Mark 1 works. I don't use it very much. My SK is always marked 1, and group heals are good enough to heal everybody else. But it is an option, especially like in later eras where healing's a little more intensive. It's nice to be able to control who that druid heals without having to actually play him, and he'll just auto target your Mark 1 for you. So yeah, I think that's everything. We've got the druid. able to heal. So because I don't have access to the extended target window, I won't be able to change who he targets. But yeah, you can see with him set as a target, with him given a target, now my SK should heal. And he's not. That's probably because I didn't export. Alright, so there we go. So now when I hit that num slash, my druid does his thing. And when I hit my other button, my wizard does his thing. And that's the one I will send to every single character to make them, when I hit that button, make them cast from that screen. Or yeah. But yeah, it's nice to have the damage and the healing separated into 2 keys at least, just so you're not wasting a bunch of healer mana. I mean, you can get way more complicated with it, but this is the basic functionality you need to make ISBoxer work. And now I'll swap over to my actual crew. Here's a cool way to camp, broadcasting on /camp. One other cool thing I have set up is invite. So click one button and all the invites go out. Saves a lot of time. An auto buff macro basically. I've got load buffs on all of my tunes there. So when I hit this green button, they all load their buffs. Got audio triggers set up to let me know when they're done loading, and then I just hit buffs 1 and they all cast their first buff macro. Yeah, buffs 1 is done, so I'll hit buffs 2. Then when buffs 2 is done, I'll hit battle to load all of their combat stuff back up. And yeah, now I'm going to head over to Mechmatic Guardian and do a lesson burn. Alright, so here I am in MG. I guess I'll show off one other cool thing I have here. So because group invis and so my SK has group invis undead and this guy has group invis. So this guy is gonna, they all turn attack off. The bard hits his Cello's AA. And so this guy's gonna cast group perfected invisibility right away. And the SK is gonna cast it with a 0.2 of a second delay. And, oh, it didn't work. I don't know why this doesn't work perfect every time. When I played on live, it worked perfect every single time. I guess I just maybe haven't gotten it dialed in yet. There we go. A little bit longer delay, so pause 3 on the IVU tune. But yeah, so I'm going to get my lesson burn on. I'm going to get them all off in Viz. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything I really need to talk about. I guess I can talk about it as I go. I've got my box 3 all set up. I need to set my SK as assist. I need to mark him as mark 1 so that the druid gets him up here. And that way, when I press my macros, he targets. I have one of my nuke macros that targets, plus the druid's heal macro that targets Xtar 1, just so that he's reliably on my SK all the time. So yeah, they're not in Viz. I can port up. Hopefully not train myself. I'm gonna zoom in and make sure they're all looking down because they need lev here. And I don't want them being too high. So yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm gonna hit my lesson on all my tunes. And I'm gonna get the bard melody going. And yeah, I'm ready to burn. So I'm just pressing my nuke macro to get all my tunes nuking. They also assist. I need a heal, so I'm gonna hit the druid heal. Looks like I've got reptile and skin, so I'm pretty much good to go. Maybe turn a little bit so my bard attacks. And I usually hit my burns when I get up top here. Make sure I have aggro on everything. So yeah, that beat means my wizard just got a gifted mana proc, so I'll throw out a big nuke with my alternate multi-bind. That alternate multi-bind just does the same, just casts the same nukes on the rest of the tunes. And I'll go into burn now. I like to hit all day at the start of my burn just to make sure they don't accidentally nuke the follow target. Or a corpse, something like that. But yeah, I mean, obviously the whole entire group being at burn, they're gonna fall over pretty quick. I just need to make sure. Oh, I need a reptile, so I hit the reptile button. My druid casts reptile. Looks like my bard songs are off. And there go my bard songs. Still got some burns up. I like to kill these big guys first just because they've got that annoying knockback. I need to make sure I keep Decrepit Skin up. I'm really strong in big pulls as long as these two buffs are up. If they fall off, then I'm at risk of dying. Wizard got a gift of mana proc, so I'm gonna assist, undo something with more HP and hit a big nuke. Looks like it was his instant nuke that was up, maybe. Get my bard attacking. I don't always bother with the bard, but when I have them in a nice pile like this, it's worth it. Yeah, I try to assist like right before they die, just so I don't end up nuking a corpse. Get that assist macro, and then just let the pet finish off the off target, or I have my mage set up to do rain, so sometimes the rains will finish that off. My wizard just got a gift of mana proc, so I don't want to waste that on something with no health. Yeah, nice chill lesson burn. These tunes are about 2 weeks old. I got in a real good small man, so the SK is pretty decked out. I think he's only got like 3 trash slots left. The rest is all current era, low tier raid gear. And the old man Mackenzie stuff helped out a lot, just because that's like, I was able to funnel him all the gear and get him to where he can handle these big pulls like this. But yeah, pretty chill. ISBoxer is amazing for caster crews. I like playing casters anyways, but yeah, when I don't have to think too much about their positioning, like if my bard's not meleeing, it's not the end of the world. Usually like to pull this and get AoE threat off the top. Just because they come in a little wonky. But yeah, it's all pretty straightforward. Like I said, my SK has got one combat ability here. I will eventually add more combat abilities. These are from my live SK. I copied his layout. So he's got a lot more combat abilities. This one might too. I haven't really taken a fine-tooth comb to the tunes yet. I've just been focused on grinding out AAs. But yeah, it's always combat abilities with one single mash button. Got my robe clicks right here, so all my tunes are gonna cast their robe clicks. And I've got like the timer. Right click is gonna undo it, but here he's just got the timer. I don't think I have a good click on him yet. I just wasted that gift of monoproc. Oh well. Need a heal, so I hit my heal macro. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna go on anymore. You can see how it's all just way easier with ISBoxer. I can play all my tunes from one screen. I play them pretty well too. Like my wizard's decked out, but like the rest of my crew, other than the SK, is very lacking to say the least, since they're fresh tunes. But yeah, that's ISBoxer. I don't know that I have anything else really to talk about it. Like I've got my follow and assist macros here, like I showed on the new tunes. Talked about how I get my hand on my druid targeting. I can change his target like this. So I just changed Mark 1, and then his next button I hit, either my heal macro or my nuke macro, makes him target the new Mark target. So I can control who he's healing like that instead of having to swap tunes and find a target. And yeah, it's all super slick. You've got the follow from any tune, assist from any tune, which is really nice for hailing NPCs and all that. And then obviously the mash bar saves, or the click bars save a ton of work. Like I can campfire all of them at once, thrown all of them at once. I've got some mez macros for my chanter right here. I've got all my OMM stuff. So like as soon as I zone into OMM, it's summon pet, buff pet, pet attack, pet back, invis all the tunes, lev all the OMM tunes, make all my tunes sit. There's probably a lot more functionality that ISBoxer has that I don't know about, but this is what I have used for years and how I've set it up. I'll probably refine it as I play more, but yeah, that's everything you need to know to be super slick at six boxing.